Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you are interested in today's video. Recently, Huawei and Apple have successively released their flagship mobile phones, and the high-end mobile phone market is once again facing fierce competition. However, this time it is different from the past. Because the Kirin chip returns, Huawei mobile phones are dazzling, while Apple mobile phones are eclipsed. Apple has basically no innovation except for TSMC's 3nm processor A17, while Huawei, in addition to its self-developed Kirin, also has satellite calls. Not only that, the external situations of the two companies are also different. When the two European countries take action, Huawei and Apple are treated differently. Although Apple's A17 processor is the first to adopt TSMC's latest 3nm process, judging from relevant data, the performance improvement is not much. Although Huawei's Kirin cannot be compared with the A17, it is a self-developed chip under heavy restrictions. In addition, Huawei not only brings satellite call functions, but also leverages its advantages in network communications to achieve network communication capabilities comparable to 5G. The signal problems of Apple's iPhone have been criticized, and the self-developed 5G baseband has been delayed again. Recently, Qualcomm revealed that Apple has signed a 3-year 5G baseband supply agreement with it. Apple failed again in this regard. In addition to the gap in their own product innovation, the recent external situations of Apple and Huawei are also completely different. Let's take Apple first. Just when the iPhone 15 series was about to be released globally, France suddenly announced a sale ban. Recently, the French National Frequency Authority issued an announcement stating that the electromagnetic radiation value of Apple's iPhone 12 mobile phone exceeds EU standards. To this end, France issued a notice to Apple, requiring that the phone be temporarily removed from the French market starting from that day. If Apple does not correct this defect within 5 days, it may require a recall of all iPhone models on the French market. Apple's attitude towards this is still as arrogant as ever, questioning the French investigation results, saying that iPhone 12 has been certified by multiple international agencies and complies with global radiation standards. However, Apple then suddenly changed its tune. According to US media Reuters, Apple recently stated that it will release software updates for iPhone 12 phones in France to comply with the standards implemented by French regulatory agencies. The reason why Apple suddenly changed its tone must be considering the sales of new mobile phones. Because after France, regulatory agencies in many European countries expressed concerns about this, and South Korea has asked Apple to provide a report on the problem. If Apple fails to handle this issue, it may trigger the possibility of further bans in Europe and other countries around the world. Although this problem is not too big, it will also have a negative impact on Apple and even affect the sales of new mobile phones. Compared with the problems encountered by Apple, Huawei has received good news. Not only are foreign politicians from many countries rushing to buy Huawei's new mobile phones, Germany has given Huawei a big gift and will allow German mobile communication operators to use Huawei and other 5G equipment. Because after a long period of security investigation and assessment in Germany, the 5G equipment of Huawei and other Chinese companies has been confirmed to have no security risks. You must know that the United States has been restricting China's development of high technology. Therefore, after Huawei became a global leader in 5G, it began to find ways to impose sanctions. Not only did it ban its domestic use, it also pressured allied countries to ban its use. Just some time ago, Germany also stated that it would investigate the use of Huawei equipment, and even publicly announced that it would completely dismantle Huawei communication equipment. Now, things have suddenly taken a turn, and Germany has announced that it will allow operators to use equipment from Chinese companies such as Huawei. Previously, the United States had been arguing that Huawei's equipment affected security, but now Germany's results have dealt a heavy blow to the United States' justification. The results announced by Germany undoubtedly rectified Huawei's 5G reputation and created a good atmosphere for Huawei abroad. No wonder foreign countries are rushing to buy Huawei mobile phones, because using Huawei mobile phones can avoid being monitored and eavesdropped by certain US agencies. Of course, this is also due to Huawei's annual R&D investment of hundreds of billions. Even under the crazy sanctions of the United States, Huawei has not backed down. Instead, it has increased its R&D efforts and achieved more domestic substitutions. The return of Kirin chips is the best proof. And after investigation and testing in the United States, it was discovered that the Kirin 9000S does not have American technology, but is made with unfamiliar technology. Being able to break through the many obstacles and realize the return of Kirin chips, it is reasonable for Huawei's new mobile phones to be popular. The big gift from Germany has brought a good external atmosphere to Huawei, and it is the result of Huawei's silent hard work. Apple's mobile phones have now become eclipsed, which is also the inevitable result of Cook's emphasis on operations and neglect of innovation. Even Musk complained about the lack of innovation in Apple's mobile phone. Luo Yonghao even joked that it only changed the serial number. At the same time, France also gave a heavy blow. In this regard, some foreign media said, the wind direction has begun to change. It can be seen that Huawei is still able to compete with Apple in the high-end mobile phone market.